Your blood type carries hidden spiritual codes that reveal why you are set apart as a chosen one. The world often looks at blood only through the lens of science, as if it were nothing more than a biological fluid designed to circulate oxygen and nutrients throughout the body. To doctors, it is categorized into type as A, B, AB, or O with positive or negative markers. To scientists, it is broken down into red cells, white cells, plasma, and platelets, something measurable and explainable. But what they fail to recognize is that blood has always been far more than a material substance. It is a divine language, a carrier of unseen codes, a living scroll on which mysteries are written. For the chosen ones, the uniqueness of their blood type is not random. It is intentional, carrying spiritual frequencies and hidden energies that align with their path. Within the flow of that blood is a signature of identity that cannot be duplicated. A resonance that sets them apart from the masses. From the beginning of time, civilizations understood that blood was sacred. It was used in covenants, sacrifices, rituals, and offerings because it represented life itself. In every culture, there has been an awareness that blood holds more than physical function. It carries memory, lineage, destiny. For the chosen ones, their blood is like a coded map. It not only ties them to ancestors but also binds them to divine purpose. Each blood type vibrates on a certain frequency, and those frequencies influence personality, resilience, spiritual gifts, and even the battles one faces in life. This is why the chosen often feel misunderstood, why their experiences seem unlike others, why their journey is filled with challenges and revelations that others cannot comprehend. Their blood contains hidden keys that silently shape who they are and why they stand apart. Consider the mystery of the rare blood types that cannot be easily matched or found. Even among billions of people, there are those with extremely rare blood that medical science struggles to categorize or replace. Why is it that some chosen ones carry blood that few on earth can match? Why is it that their very life fluid is so unique that it seems almost otherworldly? The answer lies in the codes. These codes are not only genetic markers but spiritual imprints, signs of a divine fingerprint that mark the chosen as carriers of something sacred. Their blood is not just theirs. It is a continuation of a covenant that was set long before they entered this world. It flows with protection, with burdens, with destinies, and with unseen connections to realms beyond the visible. The energy of blood is what sustains the body, but it also sustains the aura and spiritual field of a person. For chosen ones, the frequency within their blood determines why certain environments drain them, why certain people are repelled or attracted to them, why they sense things before they happen. Their blood type resonates with forces around them, creating a harmony with divine protection while at the same time drawing attacks from energies that seek to disrupt their purpose. Their blood tells a story to the spiritual world, a story of identity, strength, and resilience. It is almost as if the unseen realm recognizes them not by their face, not by their name, but by the signature flowing through their veins. Many chosen ones notice that they are different in how they react to illness, stress, or even the atmosphere of a room. Their recovery patterns, their endurance levels, their mental clarity, and even their ability to sense danger before it manifests are not coincidences. These traits are tied to the codes in their blood. Some may wonder why they seem immune to certain things, why accidents that should have harmed them left them untouched, why their bodies resist destruction in ways that astonish even themselves. The answer lies within the frequencies carried in their blood type. It is not just biology, it is destiny expressed in liquid form. History itself gives us whispers of this truth. Royal bloodlines, spiritual leaders, prophets, and healers were often described as having special blood, marked by divine favor. Wars were fought to protect or eliminate those whose bloodlines were said to carry divine right or sacred calling. Even ancient texts describe life as being in the blood, affirming that blood carries far more than cells, it carries essence. For the chosen ones, this essence is both a blessing and a burden. It is why they cannot blend in no matter how hard they try. Their blood vibrates differently, carrying signals that the world around them unconsciously detects. People may be drawn to them without knowing why, or may feel unsettled in their presence, sensing something they cannot explain. That is the power of blood as a spiritual code. Your blood type is not an accident of genetics but a message written into your being. The spiritual codes embedded in it shape your calling. For example, some blood types may be linked to heightened intuition, others to physical resilience, others to spiritual warfare capabilities. The chosen ones often discover that their gifts and struggles align with the mysteries of their blood. This is why they are often set apart from birth, experiencing unusual circumstances, surviving events that others would not, carrying energy that seems both rare and powerful. Even their dreams, visions, and spiritual encounters are influenced by what flows in their veins. Think of how blood connects generations. The chosen ones are not isolated individuals, they are part of a chain. Their blood carries the memory of ancestors who endured, who suffered, who triumphed, and who prayed for future generations. The codes in their blood are not just about fame, they are about the fulfillment of promises made long before they were born. They are living answers to the prayers of those who came before, carrying within them the spiritual DNA of survival, strength, and divine alignment. The chosen ones walk with the weight of that inheritance, often without fully understanding it. Their blood pulls them toward certain paths, closes doors to others, and aligns them with experiences that push them toward their purpose. This is also why opposition comes, because their blood carries codes of destiny. Forces of darkness recognize it as a threat. The chosen ones often feel targeted from a young age, as if trouble finds them, as if struggles hunt them down. But it is not random. Their blood type emits a frequency that exposes them as carriers of divine light, and the opposition seeks to extinguish it before it matures. What seems like unfair attacks are actually confirmations of their spiritual identity. Their blood tells the truth about them even when they themselves are still awakening to who they are. When the chosen ones begin to understand this mystery, they stop viewing themselves as ordinary. They realize that the heaviness they carry, the battles they face, and the uniqueness they embody are tied to something sacred within them. Their blood is not just a physical characteristic. It is a spiritual covenant written into their body. It is the invisible mark that sets them apart, guiding their steps, protecting their journey, and affirming their identity even in moments of doubt. Their blood type is a seal of purpose, a hidden code of divine origin that carries the story of why they were created and what they are meant to fulfill. Ancient truths and divine protection are linked to what flows through your veins, not just your DNA. The modern world reduces blood to something clinical, a category on a chart, a label written on a hospital file. Yet from the dawn of humanity, blood was seen as far more than a physical fluid. It was a symbol of life, spirit, and connection to realms beyond human comprehension. Every drop of blood carries energy, memory, and codes that bind a person to something greater than themselves. For the chosen ones, their blood is a sacred mark of divine recognition. It is through their blood that unseen protections are activated, through their blood that ancient truths are preserved, and through their blood that they are distinguished from the rest of the world. It is not just DNA that makes them who they are. It is the living spirit encoded into the blood that flows endlessly through their bodies. Throughout history, every civilization has recognized the mysterious power of blood. Ancient temples spoke of blood as sacred currency, offering it in rituals as the highest form of devotion, believing it to be the purest connection between humanity and the divine. Shamans, priests, and healers used blood as a medium to bind covenants, to seal oaths, and to communicate with spiritual forces. Even today, remnants of these practices remain, quietly reminding us that humanity has always known that blood carries something that science has never fully grasped. For the chosen ones, these ancient truths have never died. They are alive within them, coded into their blood, shaping their path and surrounding them with protection that others cannot see or explain. Their blood carries ancient agreements, divine promises, and spiritual energy that align them with a destiny set apart from the ordinary. The mystery of protection is one of the greatest hidden truths of blood. Many chosen ones can recall experiences where danger should have overtaken them, where destruction should have claimed their lives, where they should not have survived, and yet they walked away unharmed. They may not have understood why, but it was never coincidence. It was the activation of divine protection coded within their blood. The spiritual realm recognizes the flow of their blood, acknowledging it as untouchable, marked, and shielded. Forces of darkness may surround them, but the blood they carry carries a frequency that wards off destruction. It is as if their very veins are inscribed with divine commands that declare, "This one cannot be consumed. This one cannot be destroyed. This one has been chosen." Blood is not only protection but also memory. Within the flow of blood are the imprints of ancestry, the records of generations, the survival of those who came before. The chosen ones do not walk alone. They carry the weight of prayers spoken by ancestors, the resilience of lineages that refuse to break, the echoes of sacrifices made long ago. Their blood remembers, and because it remembers, it continues to protect. Ancient truths are stored in the very currents of their veins, whispering strength into their spirit, reminding them of who they are even when the world tries to strip them of identity. Every time their heart beats, it pumps more than oxygen. It pumps the inheritance of survival, resilience, and divine connection. It is this inheritance that sets them apart, and it is this inheritance that sustains them when everything else fails. Consider how even science marvels at the uniqueness of blood. There are countless proteins, antigens, and patterns that cannot be easily explained. Why do some blood types resist disease in mysterious ways? Why do some heal faster, recover differently, or carry traits that seem almost supernatural? Why are there bloodlines that remain rare, unable to be replicated, unmatched across the globe? These scientific puzzles are fragments of a larger truth. For the chosen ones, the uniqueness of their blood is not random but intentional. It is designed to carry what others cannot, to resist what others cannot, to endure what others cannot. Their protection is not always visible, but it is always active, woven into the very essence of who they are. Their blood carries ancient truths that defy logic, truths that science may never put into formulas, but truths that have been alive since the beginning of time. The divine has always used blood as a covenant. Covenants written on paper may fade, but covenants written in blood endure. For the chosen ones, their very existence is a testament to an ancient covenant. Their blood was marked long before their birth, sealed with purpose and destiny that cannot be erased. It is why they cannot be destroyed by ordinary attacks, why attempts to derail their lives often backfire, why protection appears at the very moment they need it most. Their blood carries within it a covenant of survival, a promise of fulfillment, and a shield of protection that walks with them wherever they go. Even in times of suffering, even in seasons of darkness, their blood remains faithful to the divine mark placed upon it. The aura of the chosen ones is also linked to their blood. Blood flows through every part of the body, and with it flows spiritual energy that radiates outward. This energy creates an unseen field around them, often felt by others even before they speak. Some people feel drawn to them, others feel intimidated, some feel confused in their presence. What they are sensing is not personality alone, but the energy of blood moving through them, broadcasting signals of divine protection and purpose. Their blood is not silent, it speaks in vibrations. It announces their presence to the unseen world. It makes them known even when they try to remain hidden. This is why the chosen ones cannot blend in. Their very existence is marked, and their blood continually radiates that truth. Many chosen ones find themselves isolated or misunderstood, feeling as though they live on the edges of society, carrying something that others cannot grasp. The reason lies in their blood. Ancient truths stored within it create pathways that ordinary minds cannot comprehend. Their destiny requires solitude, growth, and transformation that cannot be shared with everyone. Their protection often looks like rejection, Their isolation often looks like abandonment, but in reality, it is their blood shielding them from connections that would derail their path. Their veins carry signals that repel what does not belong, removing them from environments that would destroy their purpose, aligning them only with what serves their divine calling. The codes of blood also explain why chosen ones experience spiritual sensitivity. Their dreams, visions, intuitions, and revelations are not random. They flow directly from the energy of their blood. The ancient truths written into their veins give them access to understanding beyond logic, sight beyond the visible, hearing beyond the audible. Their blood acts as an antenna, tuning into frequencies that others cannot detect. This spiritual sensitivity is both a gift and a burden, for it makes them aware of things that others ignore, but it also equips them to fulfill their purpose. Their protection comes not only through shielding but also through warning, preparing them ahead of time for battles and aligning them with divine timing. Blood connects heaven and earth in ways that words cannot fully describe. For the chosen ones, this connection is their identity. Every drop within them is a reminder that they are not ordinary, that they are not random, that they are not overlooked. Their blood speaks in ways the world cannot hear but the spiritual realm cannot ignore. It testifies to who they are, it carries the signature of divine recognition, and it ensures that they remain under protection even in the fiercest storms. The secret of your destiny has always been written in your blood, waiting to be uncovered. What most people see as nothing more than a red liquid running through their veins is, in truth, a divine manuscript carrying the story of their lives before they ever lived a single day on earth. For the chosen ones, this truth is magnified, for their blood holds imprints of mysteries, codes, and alignments that define their path and reveal why they were set apart from the beginning. It is not a random mixture of cells or chemicals, it is a living library encoded with guidance, power, and direction. Within it lies the silent map of their destiny, a path designed long before they were conscious of it, a spiritual compass pointing them toward who they must become. Blood carries more than nutrients. It carries memory, energy, and resonance, storing the blueprint of divine purpose in every heartbeat. Each pulse through the veins is a reminder that destiny is not something created by chance, but something already inscribed within. For the chosen ones, their struggles, victories, and calling are not outside of them, they are carried in the secret language of their blood. This is why they cannot escape their uniqueness, why they feel pulled in directions others do not understand, why they often sense that life is guiding them towards something bigger than themselves. The roadmap of their future has always been flowing within them, waiting for their awareness to catch up with the design that has already been established. When one studies history, it becomes clear that blood has always been tied to destiny. Families carried legacies in their bloodlines, rulers claimed their thrones through what was called royal blood, and prophets were said to descend from sacred lineages whose blood marked them for spiritual authority. Blood was never viewed as neutral, it was a vessel of destiny. For the chosen ones, their blood ties them not only to ancestors but also to a divine narrative stretching far beyond their lifetime. Their path is marked not simply by personal choice but by the inheritance of spiritual codes already inscribed within them. Every trial they face, every triumph they experience, and every battle they fight is connected to the destiny that has been written into their very being. This is why so many chosen ones feel different even as children. While others live without questioning, they often feel the weight of a purpose they cannot yet name. They sense that they are watched, guided, and even tested in unusual ways. This is the whisper of destiny coded in their blood, gently nudging them toward their path. Their desires, their dreams, their inner conflicts, and even their fears are influenced by the divine narrative flowing within them. They may try to walk away from it, to silence it, or to live as others do, but their blood will not allow it. It pulls them back to alignment, reminding them that destiny cannot be erased, only delayed. The secret in their blood is not just about where they come from but about where they are going. Blood is both past and future, carrying ancestral memory as well as prophetic direction. The chosen ones often discover that their calling is tied to struggles their ancestors endured, prayers their ancestors spoke, or promises their ancestors never saw fulfilled. Their blood is the bridge connecting what was left undone in the past to what must be accomplished in the future. In this way, their destiny is not only their own but also the continuation of a larger story. They are living chapters of a book that began long before their birth, and their blood is the ink that ensures the story continues. The spiritual codes in their blood also explain why the chosen ones encounter resistance so fiercely. Destiny that is powerful enough to impact generations does not go unnoticed by the forces that oppose it. Their blood carries a frequency that announces who they are, even when they themselves are not fully aware of it. This frequency attracts divine assistance, but it also attracts opposition. It is why they often experience spiritual warfare, sudden challenges, and obstacles that seem designed specifically for them. Their destiny is written too deeply to be erased, so the opposition seeks only to delay it, to distract them, to make them doubt themselves. Yet every battle they endure is confirmation that their blood holds something worth fighting against. Blood also explains why the chosen ones cannot blend into the crowd, even when they want to. Their presence carries an energy that reveals them as different. Some people are drawn to them without knowing why, others envy them, and still others reject them. These reactions are not random but responses to the hidden codes of destiny radiating through their blood. Just as a magnet attracts or repels depending on the polarity, their blood either draws people into alignment or exposes what does not belong near them. Even when they try to hide, their destiny continues to speak through their blood, declaring silently who they are meant to be. Dreams, visions, and spiritual insights are also tied to the secrets in their blood. Their ability to sense things others cannot, to see beyond the surface, to receive glimpses of what is coming, all flow from the spiritual blueprint encoded in them. Their blood acts as a spiritual antenna, picking up frequencies from higher realms, allowing them to receive guidance and warnings others miss. This is why the chosen ones often live with heightened awareness, a sensitivity that feels overwhelming at times, but which exists because their destiny requires it. Their blood is designed not only to keep them alive but to keep them aligned. Every choice they make, every path they take, and every connection they form is influenced by the codes in their blood. While it may look like coincidence when certain doors close, when certain people walk away, or when certain opportunities appear, it is not random. Their blood carries instructions for their destiny, ensuring that alignment happens whether they understand it in the moment or not. This is why their lives often feel guided, why they can look back and see how everything was orchestrated for their growth. Even the painful experiences, their blood was always directing them toward the fulfillment of a greater design. The physical uniqueness of blood also reflects this truth. Just as no fingerprint is the same, no blood is exactly the same. Each chosen one carries a blood type that marks them in the physical world, but beyond that, they carry spiritual uniqueness that cannot be duplicated. Their destiny is theirs alone, tied to their specific blood, written in codes no one else carries. Even among other chosen ones, no two are the same, for each has a specific path to fulfill. This individuality is not a burden but a sign of divine intention, a reminder that their blood has been carefully written with a destiny no one else can live. There are moments when the chosen ones begin to awaken to this truth, moments when they sense that their lives are not accidental but purposeful. In these moments, they begin to recognize that what flows in their veins is not only life but destiny itself. Their struggles, their gifts, their instincts, their insights, all of it is tied to the hidden codes written in their blood. The secret of their destiny has never been external, never something to be discovered outside of themselves. It has always been within them, flowing with every heartbeat, waiting to be uncovered, waiting for them to step into the awareness that they have been marked and set apart from the very beginning. When you begin to understand that what flows through your veins is not just biology but a divine code, you start to see yourself differently. You realize that your uniqueness was never a mistake, that your struggles were never random, that your very survival was not simply luck but destiny. The blood that sustains your body also sustains your spirit, carrying within it ancient truths, spiritual protection, and the hidden map of your calling. This is why the chosen ones can never truly blend into the ordinary, because their identity is already written in a language too deep for the world to erase. Your blood is not just red liquid moving through arteries and veins, it is a covenant, a scroll, a sacred manuscript that whispers constantly of who you are and what you are meant to do. Every battle you face, every opposition that rises, and every moment of grace that carries you forward is tied to the codes hidden within you. You are living proof that destiny is not found outside, but already inscribed within, flowing through every beat of your heart and every breath of your life. So walk with courage, walk with faith, and walk with the understanding that you are marked, protected, and chosen. The secret has been within you all along, waiting for you to rise and embrace the truth of your calling. Thank you so much for giving me your time and energy today. I deeply appreciate your presence here, because it shows that you are not just listening with your ears but with your spirit. If these words resonated with you, if they stirred something within your soul, it is because the message was meant for you at this exact moment. I pray that you carry this truth forward, that you recognize the power within you, and that you never again doubt that you are set apart for something greater. Stay strong, stay aware, and stay faithful to the path that has already been written for you. Until next time, may you be guided, may you be protected, and may you always remember you are chosen. Goodbye, and thank you.